What's up, BPers? It is Tracy Royce in the house today, and this video we are going to talk about 3 questions every real estate investor getting started may have but is way too embarrassed to ask. I'm going to ask them for you. So the TV shows that you see with the fix and flipping really glamorize what most people think that fix and flippers do, or anyone that's involved in real estate investing, which is more speculating really if you think about it. But the day-to-day stuff, the administration, and the time it takes to generate the leads, the nuances that it takes to convert them to good deals, and then overseeing the rehab and resale process can really be much like any other job. Arduous and mandatory, okay? But the appeal is still there, the fact that you can make so much money in it. So if you're wanting to get started and you're wondering, how do I get me some of that? The number one thing that you can do that no one else may tell you to get started is become good at one thing. And that means no matter what you're going to do in real estate, you have to be good at this one thing. And that thing is becoming an amazing marketer. Prospecting, marketing, all of these things you have to become great at, because if you don't have leads coming in, you're never going to have an opportunity to do any deals. Whether you're investing, flipping, speculating, syndicating, any of that, if you ain't got leads coming in, there's nothing to chew on. So the action item for the number 3 embarrassing question is go on BiggerPockets, and in the search terms on the forum, look up lead generation, look up marketing, look up motivated sellers, any of these things. You don't need to start a new forum. You can creep out behind your computer and learn as much as possible in the existing forums. There is a universe of information already contained in BiggerPockets. If you want to go broader spectrum, Google or do a internet search for finding motivated sellers in real estate. There's been so many other blogs written about this. There's been so many other forums that talk to this. No matter what's happening in the market, you can always find good lead generation techniques that will work for you within your budget. My third recommendation, and I have no personal tie to it, is to read this book by Gary Keller called Shift. Even if you're not a licensed agent, it has nothing to do with that. There are some really good chapters on lead generation, prospecting, and marketing that are applicable no matter what facet of real estate you work in. So number 3 embarrassing question we've tackled, and on to number 2. So the number 2 most embarrassing question that you might be faced to ask or be afraid to ask as a real estate investor is, would you sell your house for what you owe? Or is that the best you can do on that price? Man, that's embarrassing to ask, isn't it? No matter what you're doing, what you're buying, whether it's a car, a piece of furniture, anything, we want people to like us. So it can be a really uncomfortable question when you're perceived as a cheapskate, money grubbing, selfish, an opportunist, whatever it is that you have in your mind that this question makes you seem like. But the better that you get at using this question to vet a seller, the better and more efficient that you're going to get at seeing if people are motivated, how motivated they are, and what type of deal, and if this is going to turn into a deal. The action item with this one is, if you're just beginning, or if this is just too embarrassing for you to do on large ticket items like a house, start with something small. I love shopping on Craigslist, and I also love getting a great bargain. I don't care what the item is. I always want a deal. I'm not afraid to ask, is this the least you would take? Can you do a 10% discount? Can you do anything else on this? Sometimes I get funny looks, but most of the time I get great deals. And I want you to become more comfortable with doing the same thing. This will help you build thicker skin that when you start negotiating with sellers, you'll learn when to walk away, if it's a deal, and how motivated they really are. So moving on to number 3, when you're getting all these good deals, the number 1 question, the number 1 most embarrassing question a real estate investor may ask during his or her career is, can I please borrow some money? Could you loan me some money, or do you have any credit that I can use? Now, why is this embarrassing to ask? Because we're trained most of the time that if you're asking for money, if you're asking for anything big from someone, that it puts you in a position of neediness, that you need something, the weaker standpoint. But this is quite the opposite when it comes to real estate investing. If you go to mentors in your area, investors, partners, credit partners, any of these, and you're bringing them a viable, good deal that makes sense, it is not only an opportunity for them, it's also very flattering to say, hey, I brought a great deal. This is worthy of investing in, and I want you to be my partner, partners, whatever the case may be. So the action item behind this is, if you've gotten great at number one and you can market well, you've gotten great at number two and you're finding fantastic deals, but you're turning stuff down because you think that you can't do enough or do more because you don't have money, credit, whatever the case may be. You need to get that out of your head. There are trillions of dollars flowing around the planet at any given time, and if you are good at getting deals, people will want to give you money and partner with you. So what you need to do immediately after watching this, if you're in that scenario, is reach out to 3 people that you think might be interested in this deal, or at least give you good feedback. A shameless plug is, if you're not already a BiggerPockets Pro member, become one. That way you can solicit out your deals on BiggerPockets, or at least get feedback or be connected with someone else that might be interested in your deals. So hey, I've tackled the top 3 most embarrassing questions a real estate investor might be unable to ask or too embarrassed to ask. And the best part about these blogs and vlogs is to keep the conversation going. Hey, there was a point in time where I didn't even know the difference between eggshell and semi-gloss paint and which goes where in a rehab. So we all start somewhere. So I want to hear from you. What's your embarrassing question that you're afraid to ask, or what's the question you wish someone else would ask so that you could know? Put your comments below and let's keep the conversation going. And hey, if you're a good friend, share this on Google+, Twitter, Facebook, or wherever else it is that you socialize. Signing off as Tracy Royce. I'll see you on the flip side. What's up, B peers? It is T-Dog in the house. T-Bone? No, none of these. Just Tracy. Never mind.